What's up, my degenerates, my dirtbags, my perma bears and perma bulls? Welcome back to Trades and Gains, the show where tech dreams go to die, earnings calls become horror movies, and Jerome Powell gaslights the economy in real time. Today, go ahead, put your strap-ons on and buckle up because Oracle just dropped a nuke on Wall Street. Jobless claims exploded like it's 2020 again. Disney is selling Mickey Mouse's soul to OpenAI, and Powell says AI isn't a big deal while companies fire workers, well, because of AI. Cool. Don't worry, it's all good, but we're going to go ahead, make like some butt cheeks, and go ahead and dive straight into this. Now, let's first talk about Oracle's $50 billion AI hangover. When your AI tab comes due and your investors want the manager. Oracle stock collapsed 14%. Its worst day since January because their AI spending went from ambitious to do you need to talk to someone? Do we need to call your parents to make sure that this is allowed? Here's the carnage. Their capex is at 12 billion last quarter. Analysts only expected 8 billion, by the way. Their full year capex was raised to 50 billion, and that's up from 35 billion. Their revenue, it was missed. They were expected 16.06 billion versus 16.21 billion expected. The stock is down 40% from its September peak, by the way. Their debt plus OpenAI reliance equals investors sweating through their shirts currently. Oracle basically told investors, we're building AI infrastructure like we're Jeff Bezos doing a midlife crisis project or marrying a very young woman. Meanwhile, Wall Street, did you at least beat earnings? Oracle, actually, yes. But anyway, here's 50 billion in new expenses. Their RPO backlog, which is the only good news, is at 523 billion, which is up 440% year over year. Now, this is driven by Meta, NVIDIA, OpenAI, and other hyperscalers. Yes, the backlog is massive. Yes, growth is real. But with capex blowing past Jupiter, Oracle feels like that friend who gets a giant raise and immediately goes out and buys a Lamborghini. Now, next up is the AI bubble starting to finally form some cracks. Well, investors are asking themselves that right now. How many AI companies are funding their AI expansion by borrowing from, well, other AI companies? Is the circle jerk finally starting to show? Oracle is the poster child for circular financing, massive debt loads, revenue targets tied to OpenAI's pipeline, and the market realizing AI infrastructure is really, really expensive. Oracle CDS, the insurance against default, jumped to its highest level since 2009, by the way. When your debt insurance looks like the financial crisis, let's just say that isn't a great sign. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some macroeconomic data. We had jobless claims come in, and it said, hey, remember 2020? Let's go ahead and revisit that. Jobless claims jumped 44,000 in 1 week, the biggest rise since lockdowns. Here's the breakdown for you. 236,000 new claims. Previous week was a 3-year low. October layoffs equals the worst October since 2003. PepsiCo, HPQ, tech firms, that's chopping headcount. And the labor market is frozen, but it's not necessarily collapsing. The smoothed average is 216,000, which is still technically fine if we go off history. But then again, I don't think we really want to look too much into American history. Economists are split. Pantheon, layoffs are rising and they're starting to worry. High frequency econ says, chill, it's holiday noise. And the Navy Federal is saying, don't panic. But Wall Street came out and said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and panic anyways because it's time to panic. Now, speaking of job issues, Powell came out and said AI isn't a big part of the labor story. Okay, buddy. Jerome Powell, professional vibe manager at this point because he has no data to go off of. AI isn't a big part of the labor market story. Meanwhile, you have companies who are literally firing workers, well, because of AI. The hiring is at lowest levels since early pandemic times. 55,000 layoffs this year, explicitly AI related. Powell admitting companies are freezing hiring due to AI. And then you have job creation extremely low and payrolls negative pace. Powell is basically saying AI is not the reason for layoffs, except for the layoffs that are because of AI. This man could see a tornado and say, it's windy, but not in a meaningful way. And our next thing, big news shocker of the day, Disney sold Mickey Mouse's soul to OpenAI. Disney is going to go ahead and throw $1 billion in OpenAI and licensing Star Wars, Pixar, Marvel, classic Disney characters to Sora and ChatGPT images. Yes, starting in 2026, folks, fans will generate Darth Vader cooking tutorials, Toy Story gangster films, Elsa presidential campaign ads, and Marvel memes starring your dog. Hollywood agents are absolutely screaming into their pillows right now. CAA literally said a few months ago that OpenAI was putting artists at significant risk. Disney basically said, oh, that's cool. Anyway, here's $1 billion in our entire childhood catalog. This deal will affect AI content, film production, Disney Plus, the creator economy, and the future of animation. This is the moment Hollywood officially gave up the fight against AI. So it looks like all those strikes didn't really do anything. Now, what does this all mean for the markets? Let's go ahead, make like a condom, wrap this up in a great bow so you don't get pregnant. AI is now expensive as hell. Oracle proves big AI ambitions equals, well, big bills. The labor market, it's finally cooling off. We have claims rising, hiring slowing, layoffs are creeping in. The Fed is trying to soft land a 747 in a windstorm. Rate cuts are going to continue, but 2026 projections equals, well, only one more cut right now. Also, Trump came out and said that our cut yesterday could have been much bigger. Are you shocked, though? I'm not. I knew he was going to say that. And now Hollywood is becoming AI native. Disney's deal is historic, and it accelerates AI adoption mainly. And then China, NVIDIA, Fed, AI labor, everything converges. The story of 2026 will be who adapts the fastest to AI and who gets left behind at this point. Now, I'm going to leave you all with this. Oracle blew billions. Workers are losing jobs to chatbots. Disney's letting OpenAI turn Iron Man into a TikTok star. Jobless claims are spiking. And Powell says not to worry while everybody is actually worrying. Welcome to 2025, where AI is the future and the bill is due today. If you enjoyed this chaos, go ahead, smash that like button, punch that subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know whether you think Oracle is the next NVIDIA or the next WeWork. Have a great day, y'all. See you in the live.